Hello and welcome to Refocus on Games. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Lacey. Today we're doing possibly my favorite game. I know I say it a lot, but we're doing Everdelll, and we have the Newleaf expansion that we have plugged in as well.
A lot of fun. Everdelll is a game by James Wilson and Starling Games.
If you like our videos, we would appreciate your help if you would please subscribe.
And now let's refocus our attention to the table and we'll show you how it plays. Welcome to the land of Everdelll. This is the Everdelll forest, and we're playing with forest creatures here. Lacey's the tortoise. No, I'm the tortoise.
Yeah.
And you're the rabbit. So we've literally got the tortoise and the hare competition going. Everdelll is very, very simple. It's a worker placement game, and you can take one action during your turn. You can take one of your workers and you can place them in a worker placement spot on the board like this.
What you need to do, because you got to have your resin, your berries, your stones, your wood to build. Purchase and build, yeah.
To build, that's right. So you can take a worker placement spot, you can place it and take the action, or you can play a card from your hand, and you can have up to 8 cards in your hand, and or you can go to the meadow. This is called the meadow, and you can play a card from the meadow. And when I say play a card, what I mean by that is play it down into your little tableau. You can have a tableau built, or a city, if you want to call it a city, of 15 cards. And the cards are made up of critters and constructions. So some of the critters will have a construction at the top of the card. Let's see if I can find one. They'll have a construction. Here's one. We've got the expansion plugged in as well. Newleaf. It's one of the newer expansions, and we'll explain that as we go. But right here, this says that this gardener pig can live in any production construction. So if a production card has a green little leaf on it, it's considered a production card. So that's what you can do. That's basically it. We won't go over every single rule because you'll get that as we play. But again, it's very simple. You are taking your turn and you're doing one of two things: placing a worker, taking the action, or playing a card. Now, we've also got the Newleaf expansion plugged in, and that's this little train table board. And it's got some train cards here as well. They play a lot like the cards in the meadow, with just a few different changes. And again, we'll get into that as we play. Over here, you've got the station. And at the top here, if you place a worker in the station up here, it says to discard one visitor. Now, these are visitors right here. You take one, you discard it, and then you choose one to draw into your hand. And you also get to draw a train tile right here and get the benefit of that train tile. And then you draw another from the bag and put it here. But these are in-game scoring things. So you get these visitor cards, and they're in-game scoring. The cards have different ways that they work. Again, you've got your green leaf cards. These are your production cards. They're going to produce during the seasons, the spring and the autumn. And then you've got your red cards, the little paw print cards. These are worker placement spots that you're going to draw into your hand. If these have an open symbol, unlike my little Everdelll,
right? If
it has an open, which this one doesn't have on it, this one does. So if Lacey drew this open hotel into her tableau, because it says open, I could use that as well in her city, but she would gain a victory point or a coin if I use that. So she gets a benefit from that. Down here is only open in autumn, this place. It says you must discard equal cards to these points. So pretty easy. 5, if you want 5 points at the end of the game, you discard 5 cards. Here's the discard right here in the middle. And again, that's pretty much an overview of the game. You've got your events right here. These are basic events. And for instance, if you achieve 3 paw print cards, you place your worker here and you take this little event tile, and you're going to get 3 points. That's points at the end of the game. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these on the board. This is the Evertree. It's got special events up here. And if you achieve what is on the special events, for example, you've got a judge and a queen. If you get a judge and a queen card, then you will take this and you will get 3 victory points at the end of the game. But there's a lot of little rules in here like this. Again, we won't go over everything. One more thing I'll mention very quickly. The large circles, that means anybody can go there. You can have more than one person go there.
Well, look, they're open.
They're
Just like that
open.
paw print there's open. You can see that one's closed.
That's right. That's right. The open ones, anybody can go there. You can have multiple workers. The ones that are closed, like Lacey said, only one worker. Right here, you may discard any card from your hand. And for every 2 cards you discard, you gain one of whatever you want. We also have these little train tickets. These are from the Newleaf expansion. What you can do, you can use one of your turns and you can mimic a worker, or you can move again one of your workers that's already been placed.
Right.
With that. And then you turn it over and you can use it one more time after the summer round has been, when you're in summer, you use it then. And then after that, it's done. You don't use it anymore. And we've also got these. I don't know if I'll use it or not. I don't know if Lacey will use it, but you can secure a card with this. This comes with a Newleaf expansion as well. So on your turn, you lay that on a card that you would want. You would move that into your tableau. And when you're ready, you can pay the cost on the card and it goes into your hand for, and you can see it's got it on here, for one less resource. So you're going to get a discount using that. But that's pretty much a.
Oh, and then I will say this too. We both start out with 2 critters. And then as each season, it tells you. So like when we get, are we in spring?
We're in, we start off in winter and then you go to spring.
So when we move to spring, we'll each gain another critter.
Right.
When we move to summer, we gain 1 more critter. But when we get autumn, we gain our last 2. So you end up having 6 towards the end of the game.
Yeah, that's right.
To move around, which is
that's
awesome.
right. And you got to pay attention to the cards too. It's really, really important.
Yeah, there's reading. So this is definitely, I would say, not for younger ones. Maybe later elementary, early teens would be.
If you don't keep up with the cards, you'll lose victory points, and you'll lose.
And I think that's where the first couple times we played, I wasn't reading the cards. I was just, seeing the coins and the benefits of those. And Charlie was killing me because there's lots of small print you got to read. So
that's right.
All right.
And we can go now. Also, these are interchangeable. Everdelll comes with these cards that you can mix and match. Again, this is a worker placement spot for 3 berries, but you can see here it's got a little mouse here with the number 4 on it. That's only for 4 players. So with Lacey and I being 2 players, this is a 1-place worker placement spot. And you can, again, mix and match.
And how do we decide who goes first?
It's the most humble person, the rule book says.
Yeah, because like the little Everdelll.
Right.
We have the sun, we pass back and forth.
That's right. And I'm obviously the most humble. So just because I said that, you'll have to go first.
Okay, I can do that. All right. So, really can't do anything with my cards.
Yeah, that's
because you gotta have
resources.
Gotta have some resources. So let's jump here. My first move, I'm gonna go ahead and grab me 3 berries.
There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and get a stone because these stones are really hard to get.
That's true. I forgot about that. All right, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and lay down. I'm going to purchase this card here. It's a conductor. It's a critter. It says it's any unique, and that's where those leaves are, right? That we put on the when we need to.
When we need
or how does that? I don't remember that part.
That's a critter. If you have any unique construction in your
okay,
then he can go into that.
Oh, okay.
The good way to think about it is you've got to place a construction before your critter can go there. They got to have some place to live.
Go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pay my 3 berries. Put those back. Right.
Right. And you got a worker placement.
It's a worker. So I'm getting 2 points because it's already over here, but it's a worker placement. So at any point, I can put a critter here.
It's got a benefit.
And it says copy any paw print in any opponent's city and apply it to mine. But it says may not copy the cemetery. It tells certain ones you cannot copy.
Right. Cemetery, chapel.
Yeah. Monastery, pirate ship, and legendary. So.
Good.
But okay.
So I've got to have one of those for you to take advantage of it.
There you go.
Okay. My last guy. I'm going to go and get. I'll go ahead and get a twig, a berry, and a resin. There we go.
And I'm going to go here and get me 2 resin and a wood.
Trying to see if there's anything I can do. I think there is. All right, I think I'm going to play a card. I want to build this lookout, and this is a worker placement spot worth 2 points. Copy any basic or forest location. So when I go here, I can copy any, if Lacey's on a forest location, I can copy that right here. So I'll put this here. That's going to be 1 pebble and 1 resin and 1 twig.
All right, so I cannot do anything right now.
Yeah, you can.
Yo, yes, I can. I always forget this.
I know.
Because it goes with the expansion. So.
Right.
All right, so I flip it, right?
Well, yeah, you're in the
Unused.
winner, so you
Okay.
can just go ahead and.
But I can take one of my workers I've already used.
That's right, and move it somewhere else.
Place it somewhere else. Okay. Let's go.
I'm looking at that in-game scoring
You talking about in the train?
for the visitor cards.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to take my little critter and I'm going to move him. I'm going to do what Charlie just
Aren't you glad I'm
tell me about?
giving you
So
this
I got to
advice?
discard one of these visitors.
Right, and it goes on the house.
And keep one. So all right, I'm going to take this one.
And it goes, you flip it and it goes up
so
there.
So this one goes here, but this one I discard, right?
Wait, is that the one you want?
I'm keeping that, yes.
Yeah, you discard that one.
But I can only get this, it says at least 7, it says the little green leaf, which is production. I have to have 7 of those in my tableau to get 7 points at the end of the game.
Right.
So that's just something to work for.
Just a reminder.
But I get to take something from the train right here. Right?
Because discard 1 visitor at the station, then gain 1 visitor card and 1 train tile.
So the tile.
Yes.
So I'm going to take the coin, and I need to replace it, correct?
That's right.
So we'll put that over here. Charlie gave him a coin, and then I'm going to put, another berry out there. So.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to do what you did, and I'm going to use my nifty train ticket, and I'll move. Well, let's see here. I need some more resources. I'm going to go get 3 berries. And I think that'll do it for me.
Okay.
So
now, is it time to move into the next season?
Your next turn. So you get.
So I need to move into spring.
That's right.
So I got to take all my critters back. So I'm going to take all my little critters.
You get 1 more.
Get 1 more critter. So I have all of mine back now because I'm moving into the next season.
And that's your turn when you go back. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Get all my guys back and draw 1. And when you go into spring, you've also
put them right there so people they don't think you're. He's not trying to do in-game.
I'm not trying to win right now. Right now, you also activate any production cards you have.
I do not have any.
I don't have any either, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so you're still first player.
All right. I'm going to go get a pebble now because, like Charlie said, those are valuable. At some point, you got to have one.
Let's see here. Activate 2. All right. All right, I'm going to go play a construction card. Well, no, I'm not. Can't build that yet. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get 3 pieces of twig. Okay.
And how many cards can we have in our hand at
8.
one time? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Now, if you want to discard, you've got places.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide. Okay. All right, I think I am going to put this here. And it says, I may discard any number of cards. For every 2 you discard, you gain a resource. So I'm going to get rid of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go ahead and get me a berry.
Nice. Okay. I'm working toward building a farm, and I need resin. So I'm going to go here and get 2 resin. Now it's you.
All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and purchase that, right? This? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to take this and pay a wood, 2 resin, and a stone. And it is a production card, and it says draw 2 cards.
2 cards.
So do I go? I
Go ahead
and get 2 cards.
That's right.
That's what I thought.
From the top of the deck.
So give me some new cards because I just said I was like I need some better cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
We need to put one here, right?
Refill. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to play a production farm card. So I'm going to build a farm, and that's going to cost me 2 twigs and a resin. And let me see here. And I gain 1 berry for building that farm. That's me.
All right. I need to go. I'm going to go here and get me 3 berries. Okay.
Okay. All right. I've got Mr. Gardener Pig in my hand here, and he's part of the expansion, the Newleaf expansion, and his home, you can see up here at the top, it tells you a construction that he can live in, and it says he can live in any production construction card, and I happen to have that, a farm over here. It's a production card, so I can take him for free and put him in there because I have it, but I have to use one of these Newleaf little tokens here. And what I'll do with that Newleaf token is I'll place it on that farm production card. And that's a reminder that I cannot do that again. If another Newleaf critter comes out that says they can live in a production card or a construction card, I can't do that again. And that reminds me. And we get 3 of these. I didn't pass those out. These Newleaf.
Oh, in case you need them.
In case you need them, you get 3. So I get 2 and you get 3.
We'll just set them right there. Sometimes I've used them before, but okay.
And this says you may activate 2 different productions in your city. This is a one-time use. So I've only got 1 production, and that's gain a berry, so I'll get another berry.
Okay. All right. Let's go to... Trying to decide here. I keep bumping my mic. I'm so sorry.
You've also got the train station.
I know. That's what I'm...
That's a really good one.
Which one?
These are occurring, ongoing things that'll happen in the game. The blue scroll. Gain 1 berry after you play a critter. Mm-hmm. So any critter you play, if he's in your town, you get a berry.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go here, though. Well, hold up. Let me see.
That's Newleaf expansion as well. That's a firefly or a lamplighter.
Mm-hmm.
And he can live in any common construction.
All right, well, I can't do that.
Actually, you have a common.
That's unique. That's unique. Because I thought that too, and I was like, no, I'll get the. All right, I will go ahead and do this though, because I'll get me. It says you may draw 2 cards from the deck. I need to pay my berry. deck, the meadow, or this. Oh, so you may draw 2 cards from the deck, the meadow, or the station.
Yeah. You can take your pick.
Let's see. It's taking me a second here.
Take your time. That's the one thing you've got to do. You got to take your time and read the cards that are on the table, because you will miss opportunities if you don't.
All right, I'm just going to draw 2 from the deck.
You got 8 cards in your hand, or do you?
I have 3, 6, 7 now.
No, you're almost there.
Okay, so I drew 2.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and see here. I've got 1 guy left. I'm going to go here and get 2 twigs and a card. And you're up.
All right, I'm going to do it says you may pay up to, is that 2 of any resource to gain an equal amount of any resource?
So that means you can trade in if you have a resource and you needed another one.
Right. So I'm going to trade in. I got to pay the 2 berries. And then you may pay. Ooh. So I don't need to trade anything in, though. So I'm good.
Not doing that?
No, not right now.
Okay. Man, what to do? All right, I think I'm going to build a monastery for a twig, a resin, and a berry. And this is another worker placement spot. And it says if I go here, I can give my opponent 2 of any resource that I have and gain 4 victory points. Pretty nice.
I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do with a berry.
Yeah, you want to squeeze everything you can out of each move.
Again, all right, there's nothing I can do, so I guess I have to move into the next season.
You don't want a visitor card.
Well, I don't have another critter.
Right.
So there's nothing
you can do. No.
So I got to move into the next season.
So you're going into summer.
So I need to get 1 more critter.
You're going to get 1 more critter. You are the.
I'm white.
That's right. You're the white. The rabbits.
Excuse me.
And draw 2 meadow cards.
So I've got 6 right now.
So yeah, you can only take.
You can
take 2.
I can have 2 more. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this.
Tea house.
I get it right. That one. And this one.
Storehouse.
Okay.
And I think I'm about in the same position you are. Make dead sure. All right, I'm not moving into the next season yet. This is the unique thing about Everdelll. We can be in different seasons and continuing to play. Right. So Lacey's in, what are you in? Summer?
So I'm in summer.
You're in summer. I'm in spring. And I've got another card I can play. I'm going to buy this diplomat. And it says after I play a critter, I can give an opponent 1 card to gain 1 victory point and then draw a card. So he's going to be worth some things. And he's going to cost me 3 berries.
And I'll say this too, when I moved into the next season, my production cards would activate, but there's really nothing I can do with them right this second because my hand's full with cards.
Right.
So I can't draw cards, and I don't want to trade in a berry for another berry. So, okay, you went?
You're up. All
right, I need some resources. All right, let's let's go. And the bad part about me being in the season, Charlie's got stuff all over there, so I can't get any of that.
Yeah, that's true. You're blocked out.
All right, let me go ahead and get a pebble. All right.
All right, I'm up. I'm going to move into the next season now. So I'll get out of your way.
Thank you.
So I'm going to get 3 guys, and I'm going to take 1 more. And then I can draw 2 meadow cards. So I'll draw Courthouse and the King.
All right, I'm going to go here and get me a twig, a resin, and a berry.
And I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. We're in summer.
Did you activate?
Well, summer doesn't activate. See?
Oh, you're right, because I said that I was going to activate. That was my mess up.
Now, don't forget, because we're in summer, now this can be activated again for the last time. So you can move another worker with your ticket, and then it's exhausted.
Okay. All right, I just did mine. I did this. Got the twig, the resin, berry.
Okay. I'm going to go I'll get some stone.
That's
oh,
2
goodness,
cards.
you're right. That's 2 cards. I can't go there. I went to the wrong place.
That's 2 cards and a coin.
I was hoping you weren't paying attention. All right, I'm going to go here and get 2 resin and a twig.
All right, I'm going to lay this production card down and pay for it. So a twig, resin, and that. All right.
I am. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to consider my decision here. All right, I'm going to go to my monastery, and I'm going to give you 2 twigs.
Well, thank you.
To get 4 victory points.
Oh, that's good.
A little generosity.
So can you do that several times?
Once per round.
Oh, okay. That's a good card. Okay. All right. So if you notice here, I have 4, what do they call it again? Production cards. So I'm going to take this right here because it says 4 production.
I know what you're doing.
So I'm going to get me.
You've been paying attention. All right. I got to do some catching up.
All right.
So I'm going to go here and get 3 berries. All right.
All right. I need to go get me 2 resin.
Okay. That's you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I need 1 more berry. I'll go here.
I'll lay this down and pay for it.
All right. Back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to pay a lot of berries. 6 berries. Oh, these things are rolling. And I'm going to purchase the king. He's going to be worth 4 victory points at the end. And it says you get additional victory points for each basic event. It's these that Lacey has that I would have. And then 2 victory points extra for each special event if I get one of those. So I'll put him in there.
All right, let me see what else I can do here.
And don't forget about your...
But I'm in summer, right?
Now you can use this in autumn too, but you can only use it 1 more time.
I'll wait probably till the end. All right, let me see what I can do here. All right, nope, wrong one. All right, so this one I'm going to pay for. It says activate 2 different
Production
production
cards.
cards in your city. Yes, so if I was to lay that there, I could activate it.
Now be sure to look at the top of your card to make sure you couldn't have played him for free.
He's a common critter.
Common critter. So he can go into any common paw print,
Construction.
and you have one.
Well, that's a critter too, though.
Oh, that's a critter. Never mind.
It's a unique critter and a common critter.
Right. You'd have to have a construction.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, my turn.
Yeah. Make sure though. To activate 2 different. So I have to put my. Okay, never mind. I'm looking at it wrong.
If you had a
You're right.
construction card.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be as conservative as you. I'm going to go ahead and waste my last little ticket here. And I'm going to move this guy over here. And I'm going to discard 3 cards from the meadow. This one, and this one. So these will be out of the game.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fill them back.
Do we need to put them here though? Is that where we're discarding?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just was when I was doing. I was trying to get them together.
Yeah. And I'll put this here. And now I get to draw 3. Let's see, I've got 2 cards. So
then you draw 3 and you gain a train tile.
Train tile. So I'll get.
You want to go ahead and get you a train tile?
Yeah, I'll get me a berry.
All right. I'll put a new one out.
And I'll go ahead and draw 3 here into my hand.
Okay.
1, 2, and this one, 3. And so we refill these. Okay.
All right. I need to move into autumn. Yep, I think that's right. Yep, because I have nothing. So I'm gonna get all my little critters. Will you hand me my?
And you get your last 2.
Last 2. So I have 6 little critters now.
And you also have a production phase going into autumn.
Yes. Let me check myself. Okay. All right. It says you may give a card to an opponent and gain any resource or draw 1 card. So I can give you a card.
You can. Make it a good one.
All right, I'll give you a card, and I'm going to go and get me a pebble. And then let me see if there's any other. I don't need to do that. Nope. You may draw 2 cards from the deck, the meadow, or this train station. Let me see. All right, I'll go ahead and take. Oop. So I got my 2 cards. This one says draw 2 more cards. So I've got 3. I've got 6. I can get 2 more. Let's see here.
Tough choice.
No, I'm like. All right, I'll take this one. And I guess I'll take that one. Making sure I've used all my productions here. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm out of workers. So I'm going to take everybody back and move into autumn, like you. So I'll take these guys back. I'll get my last 2 workers. And any production cards, I get a berry from my farm. And that's all the productions I have. It's amazing. We've played this before, and sometimes our city is full of cards. You can have up to 15 in your tableau, and other times you have fewer.
Right. Okay. So am I go?
You're it.
All right. Let's go. Did you take your other critter back?
I didn't. I'm glad you
I was
told me
like,
that.
he's there. Okay. Let's go ahead here. I'm going to go ahead and get 3 berries. May need those.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and play, let's see, the wife. This is the wife card. And if she's paired with the husband, she'll give me 3 victory points at the end of the game. And I can play her into my tableau for free because she lives in the farm.
Oh, that's good.
So
You have to
I'll
pay
put
for
her
it.
there.
All right, let's go. I'm going to get 2 resin. Okay.
All right. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go get a, I'll get a stone. Up. All right.
All right, and I'll go and get some wood. Get 3 of those.
I need to do the same thing. I'm going to get 2 wood and 1 card.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this one down and pay for it. 2 resins and a wood. Okay.
All right. I've been wanting to buy this locomotive, and I think I'm going to do it. You can play a station card for 3 fewer resources with this,
Ooh, that's
and
good.
3 victory points. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to pay 2 wood or 2 twigs, a resin, and a stone. And you've still got your ticket.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna pay. So I'll get my 7. So you notice I've got 7 production cards. So I definitely am getting the 7 points at the end. So I got to pay 1 wood and 1 stone, and then it says I gain 2 wood back. So, oop, get my 2 wood.
You got a little engine going here.
All right, let's see.
All right, I'm going to go and get I'll go ahead and get some resources. I'm going to get a berry. Well, let's see here. I think I'll go here and get a berry, a resin, and a twig. That's me.
All right, I'm going to purchase this with 3 berries. Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and purchase this inn, and it says if I go here as a worker placement spot, I can play a critter or construction from the meadow for 3 fewer resources. So I'm going to put this here, and I'll pay a resin and what's that? 2 twigs. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this because I've got 3 paw prints.
Oh, you're stacking those up.
So I put this there though, right? Is that what I did?
Yes.
Okay, so I know it's used.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw. Well, let's see, not yet. I'm going to go here and I'll discard one of these at the station, and I'm going to take one.
No, that's a good one.
This one, and it says if you have at least 4 paw print cards in your city, you get 5 victory points in the end of the game. And I have 4 paw print cards in my city.
Nice.
Nice. So, and I also get.
Don't you get one of the tiles?
And a tile, yeah.
I mean the train.
That's right. I can get anything I want. So I'll get another stone.
Okay, let me replace it. Coin. right, let's see what I've got.
One thing you want to do is look at your cards and the victory points. Sometimes those can be all you need when the game's kind of closing up.
Let me see here. Guess I'll go get me some. Let's see here. I'm gonna go here. It says gain 2 cards and a coin. So is it just from there I
From
get
the
the
stack,
two? Okay, from
yeah.
the stack. So 1, 2. Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and place one of my guys here. And I'm going to discard 4. And that's going to give me 4 victory points at the end of the game.
Okay. I've got my critter left. Make sure I can't do anything with this wood. And I cannot, so I'm going to discard 5. 3, 4, 5. And get 5 points.
Just had to top me, didn't you?
And I'm done.
That's all you can do?
Nothing I can do with this wood.
I've got one guy left.
Wait a minute. Nope.
No?
No, there's nothing to do.
Well, I'm really looking for a in-game bonus, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to get any.
No, I've got one more turn.
You do have one more turn.
Glad I remembered that.
I wasn't going to remind you about that.
Yeah.
All right. There's really nothing I don't think I can do. Let me see here. Copy any basic or forest location. So I'll go here and I'm going to get, well, maybe not. I'm going to hold on to him and I'm going to play this minor mole card, production card, for 3 berries. And this says I can copy 1 production in each opponent's city. So I'll put him here. I'll pay 3 berries.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and I can copy a production of yours if I want to. I'll draw 2 cards.
That won't do nothing for you.
Your fairgrounds.
Wood, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use that was my last turn, really. Okay. And I get to copy, so I can move one of my critters. Is that right?
Right.
To get.
I just realized something too. The wife that I played to go live in the farm.
Oh, you got the.
She can't go live in that farm like I thought she could.
Mm.
Because I've got my Newleaf card on here. We've already got a occupant. So
wow.
You're lucky I'm honest.
Well, thank you, babe. Okay, so I get to copy. So can I must put a card there just so we are sure. So can I take my critter and just copy that same thing again? Because that's what that means, right?
Yeah, you can.
So I'm just going to get 3 berries.
Well, I think you got to move it to a different location.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. Well. Okay, hold on.
To an
Let's see.
An unoccupied location.
I need.
Now you can move it to one of your worker placement spots.
That's what I'm trying to decide. I don't know if it's going to do anything for me.
And I've got an inn. Place a critter or construction. Play a critter or construction for 3 fewer resources that you could go to.
But do I have to pay you to go
No,
there?
no, I would draw a victory point from the collection.
I'm not giving you a point.
I'm offering you a place to stay in the inn.
I'm not giving in. Okay, let me think. I've got one move. I cannot. I need. So can I go with one of your critters where your critter is, or it's got
No,
to
it's
be
got
an
to be
empty
somewhere else.
space?
Empty space.
Well, bummer. Okay, well, man, it's really not helping me.
No.
Okay, let me take my little critter here. See what I can do with him. Copy any forest location.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be anything.
Anything.
Oh, okay, so let's go here. And I will go ahead and get 2 berries. I'm getting 2 berries,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm giving them back. I'm going to lay this down. It says you may give 2 cards to your opponent, and you do, and you gain 3 coins, but only have 1. So I can't give you.
You can't give it to him.
Okay.
Yep. And I've got one guy left. So I'll go.
Man.
Let's see if I've got any resources to spend. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, I don't think. I'll just go ahead and place him to get one last berry. And that's it, I think. Do you have anything else you can do?
No, I have nothing else I can do.
All right, it's time to tally everything up.
Add it up.
Add it up.
All right. Don't forget these right here.
Right,
So
right.
you count yours and I'll count mine.
All right.
How many do you have?
26.
38. Yay!
38. You've got the best forest.
I have the best teacher.
You've got the best teacher.
Nah, you taught me well.
And this is Everdelll. And that was our playthrough of Everdelll with the Newleaf expansion. So after playing with the expansion, what'd you think?
You know what I'm going to say. I think everybody knows what I'm going to say. I really enjoyed it.
It was good, wasn't
No,
it?
I really loved it. I did. We have done the My Little Everdelll, and we also did Everdelll. And I would definitely say, I even said this in the playthrough, I think this is for older. Definitely not kids.
No.
I think, mid, maybe teenagers and adults. But I thought it was a great game. It was easy, light.
Right.
Um,
And the Newleaf expansion, we didn't even do everything that is in the expansion.
right.
You can have player power cards where you can have certain factions have different powers and play that way. We didn't even do that. But there's so much you can do with it.
I
really
forget a lot of those things.
Yeah.
Though. Like the easy, like towards the end when we got done, I was like, oh, we forgot this, or like didn't even use it. There were some really cool things in the tree at the top for extra points towards the end, and
the special event cards.
Yes, and so you get towards the end of it, and you're trying to wrap things up. And unfortunately, I didn't do anything with the tree, but I still won.
Well, the Newleaf expansion really is
he
one
skipped over that part.
She did add that in. Usually wins, but it adds so much to it. I don't think we'll ever play again without Newleaf.
No, and I know there's other expansions that I would love to plug in as well. But yeah, I think we did it without it, and then adding it to, I think it just gave it more. It was pretty awesome.
And ironically, I've seen the other expansions. We don't own the other expansions,
right? Not right now,
but I've seen them. This was the first one we purchased, and it's the last one to come out. And really, really impressive. The one thing about Everdelll that's kind of difficult, I don't know if you felt the same way, reading the cards during the game.
Yeah.
Some of the print's really, really small, and you have to take your time to read those. You can't rush through your turn. You've got to make sure.
I think you notice too, like sometimes when I take my turns, I'm like, oh, let me think. And it took me a while, like you would hear dead pause. And it was because I was reading and trying to figure out what was the best benefit that I could take to get more points or, to make a smart move. So especially towards the end, really reading those and looking at what is in your tableau that would benefit you. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I still love it, and it's still one of my favorite games. But you do need to read.
You
You
do.
you need to pay attention to the.
And when I say that, that's I don't mean that as a criticism. I just mean you've got to be careful. I
Yeah.
do love how that they stack upon each other.
Mhm.
For instance, if you have a farm, then you can get the
Right.
husband and the wife, and the husband and the wife
Yes.
can be together, and they don't take up but one spot in your tableau.
Right.
There's a lot of really really neat player
Mhm.
actions that you can do, but you've got to remember those.
And I do think if you add more players, like it's just Charlie and I playing right now, but when our kids play, or like older, our teenage boys, it is even harder because you have more cards, you
Mhm.
have more going on at the table. So those kind of things, it can be more difficult.
Mhm.
But as far as like starting it and just playing, like even with two player,
Yeah.
it's light, it's doable, it's a lot of fun.
The visitor cards in the New
Yeah.
Leaf expansion, and you took advantage of those. I
Yes.
didn't do it to the end, but that's a great way. I think you did that, starting out the game and looking and projecting. Hey, I think I can
Right.
use that card.
Yeah, especially on the train table or on the train track, I had picked one of the cards that said you must have
Hmm.
7 production cards
Yeah,
for 7 points in the end. And so I made sure as I was building my tableau that I was counting, and I kind of lined them up in that order to keep it. So I'm like 7, I got to have 7, at
yeah.
least 7 to get that. So yeah, you just
So what'd you think? Medium, lightweight?
light. I think it's a lightweight game.
Yeah,
Not the lightest we've ever played, but light. I don't
right.
think it's difficult. Now, again, if you add more players, I think you might want to say medium, just because there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
So, but
I
yeah,
think maybe near towards the medium because there is
right,
a teaching
mhm,
curve that you need to
right,
understand how the tableaus stack, especially
mhm,
like we were saying the player powers and the cards and how
yeah,
they build upon one another.
right.
You've got to understand
But
those
we are
things.
huge fans too of the resources, like the berries and the
Hmm.
wood, and like I don't know, those are just I love
Top
that.
notch.
I like that kind of thing. I like the real coins. I think you have the cards, but having those,
Yeah.
things you actually touch and you're moving and you're producing,
And those come in the
those are
collector's edition of
yes,
Everdell, which we
yes,
purchased,
right,
and it is worth it. So,
yeah,
well, I enjoyed Everdell. I hope you
I
did.
do
I hope
too,
you enjoyed the
yeah.
playthrough. If you like videos like ours, please do subscribe. It does help us, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.